right, y'all, wake up. It's early for me, but it'll be about 7 o'clock for y'all. Canning day. We headed 395 South. We going in the tunnel, and we gonna can some food. Alright, y'all, we pulling up, baby. Looks like we cheer. We done made it. I don't want y'all to have to look through them stains on my window, baby. Look at here, look at here. Licky Linda, licky here. We at Resturant Depot. We're restaurant shop. We gonna go in here and get us some meat, some chicken, and whatever else we can see that we can afford with the limited amount of funds we got. But we're gonna be grateful and thank God for what we have, because some people don't have at all, and if we have something, we're gonna be thankful and grateful for that. So let's go in and start our shopping so that we can go back home and can this meat. Okay, it's early in the morning for me, y'all. It's 8:24, but by the time you see this, it'll be about 7 p.m. It's all good. You know, I got to hustle for y'all because we're family now, baby. And we got to do these things together so that we can show each other how it's done, share this information, and just simply keep each other company. Hello. See you inside. We going shopping. We going shopping. All right, y'all. Licky Linda. Licky Linda. Let's see what we have here. Y'all, it's going to be so cold to go in here and go in this freezer or refrigerator. Woo! You talking about cold, and then I got to sit there and look at this meat too. Oh, look at the large cast iron. Anybody want cast iron? Here you go, baby. If you got a Resturant Depot in your area and you want to get in there, send me an email and I'll help you out. Okay? Because you need a tax ID number and a business. But guess what? If you got a birth certificate, you are a business. Get your tax ID number and go to Resturant Depot. Get you some food in bulk. So that way you'll be able to can your items and save your food or whatever you need to do with it. Have that big family gathering. Y'all got y'all butane stoves and your cans. Oh, they went out. $34 for these. What? How much is a stove? Stove $26. Yeah. Last time I bought them, they was like $11. Okay, y'all. Let me go in here because I don't be wanting to hang out. So let's go in here and see what we can get. Ooh, freezing. Licky Linda, licky. Meat. Ooh, baby. Let's see. I know them prices done went up on this meat, but let's just take a walk down and see what they have. Now, when you want to do some canning and stuff like that, and you don't want to just keep buying these little packs of meat because those individual packs are expensive and they do add up, this is what you want to do. You want to get your money together and you want to come get your meat, cut your meat up, can what you can today, and just work on canning it, you know, throughout that week or whatever the case is. But at least you'll have the meat at home, and at least you'll be locking in that price, although it's high, because you never know what tomorrow might bring. It might be even higher. So, you know, while you can, go right on ahead. Go right on ahead. This is why I usually come and get my bacon and stuff from. Lasts me forever. Forever. Okay, they got smaller packs of hamburger. See, I always get this one here. Ain't that something? Oh, this is halal. This is halal hamburger beef. Okay. Wow. I look now. Look. Even these shelves kind of empty. Ain't that something? £35 or more, $4.28. Okay, let me see. Go back down here to my. I want one of these. That's allowed too. Ooh, look at that. Look at Lindy. Look at Lindy. They ain't got that much stuff either. I ain't never seen holes in their shelves. $9.89 a pound. Woo wait. You talking about what? Baby, we won't be getting no hamburger from here today. Oh, that's £9. Okay, I'm about to say. This one right here. That's the one we going with. Y'all, let's talk about this shopping trip. Y'all let me go all the way out there, go grocery shopping, go in the store and buy all that ground beef. Y'all know I'm supposed to be canning chicken, and y'all ain't even open your mouth to say nothing. How you gonna do your girl like that? Now I got to get up here and go to Walmart. It's your happy hood setter. Why y'all let me forget to get that chicken from Resturant Depot? Now I'm at Walmart trying to get some chicken. But look what I discovered. I know I ain't crazy. Y'all tell me if this chicken is the price that I think it is. Because if it is, I'm ready to rack up on this chicken. I'm here getting this chicken breast that I forgot yesterday. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the price of these chicken drumsticks. I know I ain't crazy, baby. But we going to see. Because I need y'all to witness this. Am I seeing this right, y'all? Is this chicken? Do it say I pay $140? Y'all, because I'm going to be shipping some chicken across the United States. Because we ain't going to be finding nothing like this. Look at this. Look at that bag. That bag's swollen. I wouldn't buy nothing like that. Look at that. But look, y'all. This chicken is not $1.40, baby. It can't be. Okay, I'm getting these breasts here. See, I usually go to the farmer's market, but I didn't want to make so many trips because I got so many errands to run. Because, you know, when we get to cooking, honey, I can't be leaving out because you got to watch that pressure gauge. But I'm going to check this price. And I'm going to get back with y'all. And you'll know if this chicken $1.40 a bag, because it'll be at home and you'll see it at home in my kitchen. So hold on. Okay, y'all, as you can see, I've made it home. So the first thing we need to do is we need to take our jars, remove the tops and the lids, put them in a bath with some mild soap and water. We need to rinse them really good and get them prepared for the oven. Okay, y'all, now that I have washed my chicken and pulled some fat off, I didn't want to pull all the fat off the chicken because I want some of that fat to cook when it's pressure canning so that it can provide some juices, some broth while it's cooking. So all I'm going to do is take my chicken breast and I'm just going to cut it up in chunks. Okay, now it is best to get the preserving book, like the Ball Guide to Preserving. It's best to get something like that so that you can follow directions, because I'm going to tell you right now, I don't follow all the directions. I learned how to can from watching several videos. Homestay Heart is where I actually got started canning and got most of the learning from watching her. But some of the stuff that I do, don't think she do it, because I might not be doing stuff exactly the way that she do it. If you want to know exactly how she cans, then I suggest that you visit her channel at Homestead Heart. So I'm going to finish cutting up this meat, and we're going to come back as soon as I get done, because we have all of this meat to cut up. So we'll be going away and coming back in a sec. Voila, chicken all cut up. Now that my jars have cooled, this is called cold pack canning, and what this is you're canning raw meat into jars and cooking them in a pressure cooker. So the meat and the jar temperature cannot be drastic in terms of temperature. So when you cold packing food, you need to have cold raw meat, cold jars, cool canner. So that's how it's supposed to be done. You don't want to put anything hot into a cold jar and vice versa. Or you don't want to put anything cold into a hot jar. So I personally sterilize my jars by putting them in the oven after I wash them. Some people tend to do that in a pat with water. However, whatever you do, you read, look it up, Google, do whatever you need to do to make sure that you are doing things correctly. Now, for a newbie such as myself, and I'm still new, for a newbie, it is suggested that you follow instructions according to how they are written. You follow instructions according to how it's supposed to be done. So that way you don't make any mistakes, because it's a real dangerous situation when you can food and you don't do it correctly. Your jars don't seal and you put them away and you think everything is good, or you didn't do it for the time allowed, for the size of the jars that you can with your food in, or the type of food that you were canning. It is important that you do that correctly so that you can risk any type of possible food-borne illnesses, or what they call botulism. So look that up, because that's very important. And I saw a woman who made a YouTube video one time, and she got very sick and almost died because that bacteria grew in those jars that she thought was okay according to the eye, and it was not. So I do some things differently, but when it comes to processing my food according to what it is in the jars and the size of jars, LaMonica Shantice does that very well. Yes, very well. And I follow directions. And if my jars do not fill, do not seal, that is dinner for the night. I do not cook when I can, because I ain't going through all that foolishness to cook food and then deal with these jars that didn't seal. So a meal is prepared from that, either tonight or tomorrow. So we're going to see how this chicken go, and we're going to get this chicken in the pot, jarred up, and ready to go. So I said that backwards. We're going to get it jarred up in the pot and ready to go. Hello. So y'all stay with me. Remember, I'm new. So if you're looking for very, very professional advice on how to can, you got to go elsewhere, because girlfriend is new, and this is part of my process and my growth. And hopefully this encourages you to start your process and start to grow and do things that you don't know how to do. Because if you don't get started, you ain't going to have no information as to what part was hard, what part was easy, what you like, what you didn't like, what you got wrong, what needs to be corrected. But you got to start in order to get that information. If you don't start, you ain't going to never make any progress, because you just never got started. So I'm going to put this meat in the jars, and we're going to come right back. Stay with me. Let's go over the tools and the things that we're going to need in order to can. Okay, so we need a funnel to jar up our food, and that'll keep contaminants from, or food or liquid from getting on your the edge of your jars, because that's very important when it comes to sealing your jars. We're going to need a jar lifter, because when those jars are hot, you're going to need to lift those jars with this lifter. And I was making a mistake when I pulled them out. I would tilt them and lift them. And some of my jars didn't seal because I did that. So see how I'm learning from my mistakes? And also being on YouTube, people was able to tell me about that. And when you getting looking at people do YouTube videos, they might not know to tell you, oh, pull your jar straight up out of the canner and not to tilt them, because unless that's an issue and you bring it to their attention, they may not even know to tell you that. Or they may not have never done that, or didn't, or they could have done it and didn't realize that tilting could have been a part of why their jars didn't seal. Or they may not have never done it, so they didn't think to, share the information with you. So I'm sharing it with you because I've done that, okay? So just pull them straight up like this, just like that right there, okay? That's all you got to do. Something else you're going to need is, this is to pull your lids up out of the pot. So mind you, my stuff ain't hot, okay? But I do sterilize all of my stuff. I sterilize it because that's just what I do. So this is what this is for. This is a magnetic lid, and you would use that to put your lid on the jars so that you won't have to touch the jars. Okay. And you also going to need a debubbler. This is what you would use to get the bubbles out of the jar before you put the tops on the jar and the lids on the jar. Okay. This is what you're going to have to use. So you just go in there, and you'll see me do that in a moment. This right here is to measure it. So these little stairs right here, this is a 1/4 inch, half, 3/4 inch, and that tall one is an inch headspace. So you have to give your jars a certain amount of headspace according to what it is that you're filling in your jars. So this rim of the jar here is about an inch headspace. Ball now recommends that you go 1/4 inch and a half instead of an inch headspace. But I don't know what changed. The jars ain't changed. I don't look. I ain't no old head in this, so I don't know why they would suggest that. Maybe because of the spillage and the lack of success rate when it comes to your jar sealing. Maybe because a lot of new people are getting into it and they just moved it back to that so that people can have more success and they can want to continue to can. I don't know. But from what I understand, it's supposed to be an inch and a half. So we're just going to go with that. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. And guess what? It's still successful whether I do an inch or inch and a half. Okay. But like I say, if you new, do what is suggested. Okay. So what we're going to do now is, and I'm sorry, whatever seasonings you're going to use to put in these jars, you need vinegar to wipe the lid of your jars, and a paper towel. And this is just some garlic powder I have, but you can put whatever you want in your jars to season your food. I don't want to use a lot of seasoning because I don't know exactly what I'd use that meat for. Tacos, soup, just fixed chicken. I mean, like, you don't know. So I would personally keep it basic so that all jars are pretty much the same with just a minimum amount of salt. I like using salt because salt, it preserves as well. And so when you take it out, you can season it however you want, or season it according to how the person wants. Unless everybody in your house have the same taste buds, I say just stick with a little 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Okay, so with my hand, I'm going to take this chicken and I'm going to fill these jars, okay? Because that's just how I do it, okay? Because with this, with canning this food, when they go in that pressure canner, it is actually taking everything out anyway. Okay. We drop these 2 pieces in here. Okay. Okay. Get these jars filled up, baby. Oh, and I got more jars, honey. I took out 12 jars. Oh, look at me dropping stuff. I took out 12 jars and cleaned them. Did y'all hear my refrigerator just turn off? That's a hood refrigerator. A hood refrigerator is a refrigerator that you get when you pay low income rent, and that they don't replace until it's totally broken, honey. And you might lose food behind it being totally broken. That's what a hood refrigerator is. Okay, lack of service, low income, lack of service, treat you any kind of way. It is what it is. But guess what? I don't need that regular refrigerator because I'm preserving and canning my food. Hello. You got to do what you got to do to make it work. Especially when you don't have nowhere to call and be able to get no type of help from no type of housing authority. Because since this situation that we've encountered, people have been flying under the radar. And helping agencies are just not available. I'm so surprised that my roaches ain't come out. They being so good for this video. I love it. Thank you, roaches. Y'all can say what y'all want because everybody got something. If you ain't got roaches, you got ants. If you ain't got ants, you got termites. If you ain't got termites, you got bed bugs. Somebody got something, honey. Y'all ain't living free of nothing, honey. Trust me. You got something that's a pest. Might be your husband. It might be your wife. Who knows? But you got some kind of pest around you. I know you do. So it is what it is. All right, y'all. I told y'all to join me tonight. We was going to can this food, baby. And I might be a little late because guess what? It's already 4:56. You see that there? But guess what? I still love y'all because it's going to get done. I'm a homeschool parent. And, you know, I did some of that shopping today because I forgot y'all said chicken. I went right to the store and made a video and put all beef in the cart. Golly. I got to do better. And I'm new to YouTube. So y'all know y'all don't stress me out too soon. Okay? Please. Thank you. I'm trying to hang in there. Thanks to y'all. Y'all make me feel so comfortable and warm and accepted. I wish y'all lived around here. We need people like that in the neighborhood, honey. Okay? So, we're going to have a conversation while this is all taking place. So, what I'm going to do now is rinse my hand off because I don't want to pick up my debubbler and stuff with this chicken on my hand. And I'm going to go ahead and debubble that and show you what that looks like. Okay? So stay with me. Oh, and let me tell y'all that. Give me that mat with that fat on it. So remember when I told y'all I pulled the fat, you know, fat, that's this stuff right here. See that? And I pulled the little fat off. Come on, zoom in. There you go, baby. Off of that chicken. Right? Now, you can save this fat and freeze it and use it for some broth. If you're worried about this fat getting on, you know, getting in, floating around in your broth, you can put it in like a tea bag, one of those cloth type tea bags, and put it in there and with your bones and stuff like that, and you can boil that, and you can put this fat in there and help give it more season and more flavor. And that way, when you go to strain your broth, you don't have to worry about these little pieces of fat being in there nowhere. That way, it's already in a bag, so you just pulling the juices out of it and don't have to do that extra work. You know, because your bones, you ain't got to worry about that floating around there because it's just bones. Hello. So that was a little tip that I just thought I'd share with somebody. So let me take this funnel off here, and I'm gonna come back, and we're going to what we gonna do? What we gonna do? We'll come back and y'all, my memory ain't too good, huh? No. But before we do that, let me put seasoning in these jars. There's salt. Remember that salt I was telling y'all about? Just put a little bit. You can put it in there before, or you can put it in there after. Okay? Don't make no difference. Don't make no difference. Okay. And don't forget your season. Ain't your food. Ain't nothing gonna happen if you don't put it in there. But you want to put a little salt. I like salt because salt preserves anyway, all by itself. And you don't want to use iodized salt. Please don't use iodized salt because it changes the color of your food. You want to use kosher salt. I have used Himalayan salt. I have used sea salt, but you do not want to use salt with iodide in it. Okay? Put that down in your notebook. Put it down. No iodized salt. Okay. So now that we got this all seasoned up. Now I'm going to come back. Let me see. Let me make sure there ain't nothing else I'm forgetting. Because remember, I'm a newbie, right? And sometimes newbies like to hear from newbies and not professionals because it's less intimidating. So, let me make sure. We got the lids. We got the lids. These are lids. And we have the tops. And I just got this little Dollar Tree paper towel holder, and I use that to put my tops on. And this was an old meat hamburger container I washed out real good, and I just keep all my candy tools in there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and we're gonna come back and we're gonna clean these jars off, because y'all know I'm working with one hand. All right. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this paper towel, wherever you have, and you're going to wipe these jars. Now, before you use these jars, make sure you inspect the rims of these jars and the base of these jars to make sure that there are no fractures or cracks in the jars, and to make sure that there are no fractures or cracks around the rims of the jars, which is very important and determines whether the jar was sealed or not. Those are one of the factors that we determine that. Other factors are based on other things, such as you're not tightening down the jar, or you didn't leave enough headspace, or you tilted the jar when taking the food out. So now that we have the jars all situated and wiped off and all that, we're making progress, baby. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look over here and we're going to get our tops. Bam. Make sure that there's only one lid attached to this. Okay? One. Just one. Just one. Uno. 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 Okay, you want to come on with me now? Come on. And make sure that lid is centered on that jar. These tops will help you center the lid on it. So look, that's one. Let me tell you something. When you wiping those jars, feel for cracks too, because you do a visual inspection and you make sure you feel for cracks in those jars when you wiping them. So when you wipe with some pressure so that you can feel if there are any cracks on that lid or not. Okay. Come on, we only need one of you. We only need one of you. Okay. So them rims got to be very, very clean. That is a very critical part to this canning. Make sure they're clean. So nothing I have is hot. Although you heard that I put those lids in the oven first. Let me tell you something. Ball don't even recommend that you even need to do that. That's not necessary. And it's because anything that you put under pressure more than 10 minutes will sterilize it anyway. It makes sense to me. But when you got a habit of doing something a certain way, like cleaning stuff, that's just a habit. And so you just going to do things the old-fashioned way because that's just how you used to doing them. So what you want to do is you want to set these lids on these jars to make sure that, these tops, screw tops over these lids to make sure that those what's the names are centered. Now I'm just putting them on. Now they don't want you using all your muscles to put these tops on, but you gotta put them on tighter than what you see me doing right now. So they got a term that they use called fingertip tight, right? And if you watch Homestead Heart videos, which I suggest because she has amazing recipes, she's very good telling you step by step what to do. If you watch her video and see that I missed a step, come let me know, baby, because guess what? Tell me if my jars don't seal, okay? Don't tell me about a step that I missed that I just did something differently. But one that I did that I made a mistake, because we have 7 jars that we put into this canner right here, okay? And I expect for all 7 of them to seal. So we're going to put some pressure on these lids so they can be tight. One time I didn't have it. I was so scared. I ain't know what fingertip tight is. You know, things mean different things to different people. You might be cock strong and don't know. So you might do it super soft like that. Right? So I don't know exactly, you know, what it could have meant. So when I first started doing it, I was scared. So I was doing it like this. Soon it hit, I was letting it go. But you can go a little more than that, you know, because it needs to make contact with this jar. These lids have these jars to stay, you know, on them. So when they pressure cooking, pressure canning, they can, you know, they can stay together with the jar. So it kind of helps it stay in place and help it stay down. So I'm going to go ahead and put the little, you can use one hand. Don't use no 2 hands. Because you know you're in trouble, honey. You use 2 hands. And wherever the jar, let it spin around. You know, that's how you know. And the jar, it shouldn't twist no more. So when you let me do it again. So here's the ring. So when you twist this ring on this jar over this lid, this is how you know it's fingertip tight. Just twist and twist until the jar moves. You see that jar just move? Let's do that one more time. Okay? Ready? Twist, twist. Watch the jar move. That's it. That's it, boys and girls. That's it. Now, we're going to take our jars, and we don't need to use the lifter unless you just want to practice. And we're going to set these jars in that canner. But we're not going to do that before we add 3 quarts of water. And yes, in the hood, we use pitchers and whatever else we have available. Because I'm not going to take no measuring cup and try to fill up no pressure canner with no 3 cups of water or quarts of water. That's too much time. So I'm going to use this pitcher here to fill this canner up with 3 quarts of water. Now, depending on the canner you have, I have a Presto 23 quart canner. You have to use those instructions as to how much water to put in your canner. Also, your pressure will be done based on the altitude in which you live. Google that, find that out. Own a book, a preserving and canning book or a guide, and you'll find that information out. You can Google where you live also to find out the altitude where you live. Okay? So let's fill this up. Okay. So we're going to start out with 2 quarts. So when you buy the pressure canner, you make sure that at the bottom of your pressure canner that you have this little short lifter with holes in it to set at the bottom, because that prevents your jars from sitting actually on the canner. So it'll be a little flow underneath the bottom. Okay, we're going to get another 1 more quart. Give or take. Okay? Give more than take. So basically meaning that you ain't gotta be on the dot. That's what that means. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on. Yeah, baby. 1, 2, 3. Let me do my middle now. 4, 4, 5, 6, 7. This canner holds 7 quart-sized jars. Can your food according to your family size. We have a large family. It is 6 of us here. And so I will never can meat under 1 quart. I have quart jars. I have pint size and a half jars. I will not can meat that is less than a quart size jar. And if I did it in small jars, it would go towards individual meals or something like that. So if I use little jars like these, you know, maybe it's some little fun little packaged meals that might go with something else, or, you know, I don't know. Somebody might don't want the same thing somebody else want. They might want fajitas. I might have some beef in here, and they can just take this and some wraps and, you know, make whatever it is they're going to make, like an individual meal. Because I do have a teenager in here, and, you know, sometimes they want stuff that's different. But I don't know if I'll be able to do that depending on what these times will bring. But I do know that I like to do little individual stuff. I don't know how many, but I do like to do that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this lid and we're going to put this on this canner. This is the pressure gauge here. And according to my area, DC, 10 pounds is where I will cook my food. You want to look at this valve and make sure that you can see through this valve and that it's not clogged up. Can y'all see that light, that white stove? Wonderful. And you have this little piece here that lets you know when the pressure builds up. You want to make sure that this is loose and can move up and down, that it's not stiff. And also on the back of your lid, you have a rubber gasket. And you want to make sure that this gasket is not dry, and that pretty much according to how much you can, that you lubricate this gasket with maybe some vegetable oil. Some people use petroleum jelly. Child, use what you can. Okay, as long as it's not nothing that's going to affect you or whatever the case is. Get off here, crumb. Okay, so here we go. So it is an indicator on here to let you know where to line up. So you line this little, let me see, come on in, zoom. You line this little triangle up with that triangle right there. This feels so awkward, y'all. Let me see. Okay. And so for quart-sized jars of chicken, I will be canning this for 90 minutes. 90 minutes, okay? It will take 10 minutes for me to build up pressure in this canner. And when I see a steady flow of steam or pressure coming from this spout here, I will begin my timer on this stove for 10 minutes. And I will let that 10 minutes go. So I don't turn it on until I see a steady steam of pressure. And then I'll go for 10 minutes. And then after 10 minutes, I will take this, is what you call a weight. I will set it on there so that the steam can stay inside of this canner and begin to build up pressure. It can stay around 10 to 11 pounds. You see those 2 black dots right there? But not go past that. If it falls below, then your time will have to start all over again. In order to reprocess food, you must do that within 24 hours or just simply eat it. That's why I do not cook dinner on the days that I do pressure canning, because I can just make whatever didn't seal, I can make it a meal. Hello. So stay with me. Oh, let me take this off. Y'all going to get me hemmed up. Stay with me and I'll come back when the steam starts to emit from this canner. Okay, y'all. So we have a steady flow of steam. Not only, if you can't see it, but not only will I'll be able to see it, but you can hear the steady flow. So while I was sitting here, I kept hearing it just spit and do all these other things, and you know, it was unstable. But the sound of the steady flow of steam is also an indicator that this is a steady flow of steam, especially if it's a steady flow for at least a minute and a minute and a half. So you hear that? Steady flow. So what we're going to do now is we're going to set our timer for 10 minutes. So this can take place for 10 minutes. Okay? The steady flow. So what was happening before the steady flow, we don't count that. We only count 10 minutes of steady flow. And then after that, we'll come back and we'll be able to put the weight on, bring it up to the pounds that it's supposed to be, which is 10 pounds. And then we'll start our processing time. And then we'll set our timer again for 90 minutes. So stay tuned. 10 minutes. And then we'll be ready. 3, 2, 1. All right. It's wait time. Wait time, wait time. Come on, wait. Where you at? Where you at? Okay, so now that we're down to 0, no time left on the steam. We did good with the steam. We got the air out of the canner. And so it's time for us to place the weight on the canner. So now we're just going to wait patiently. And we're going to wait for this to go up to 10 pounds of pressure. Stay with me as this rises to 10 pounds. And then, only then, will we set our timer. At the end of this video, I'm going to give you the instructions in order, because I know I probably was all over the place, because that's just how I am. And I'm going to give you those instructions in order. But like I said, feel free to check out other videos of people who has experience in pressure canning. I have been successful, so therefore I am experienced, but I'm an experienced newbie, so to speak. So, you know, the more experienced people are more comfortable with talking. They don't have to think about it because it's second nature to them. It's not yet second nature to me. But guess what? It's getting done. So we'll come back when the temperature rises to 10 pounds. Y'all see it rising? It's off to 0. Can y'all see that? Look at that. You see it moving? The dial moving on the gauge, going up, 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 up. So we'll come back when it gets to 10. Okay, everyone, we have reached 10 pounds successfully. Yay! So now what we're going to do is we're going to simmer for 90 minutes. So it's not a big deal if it goes to the other bolt line beside the tent like what it's doing now. It's not a big deal, but as long as it don't go past that number, or definitely not below. So we're gonna try to regulate it at this number by turning the fire down. So when we first turn this, the fire is up high. And that's only to get the pressure and everything up. So I'm going to turn this down some. So everybody's stove is different. Make sure this pot is centered on the stove. And we're going to hold about right here. Okay? So that'll give us a little play. If we see this dial moving or whatever, we have a little play so that it don't go back below 10. Because if it goes back below 10, then you have to start this whole process all over again from the beginning. So it's important that you keep an eye on this and watch this through the entire process so that you can regulate the fire on the burner if you have to. When I first started doing this, it's like every time I turned around, I kept, you know, having to kind of play around with the burner to see exactly where it needs to be. And once you do that a couple of times, you'll know about the height of the fire, how it should be, or where it should be on your stove, or wherever you do best with holding the time. You can just take if you have numbers on your stove, if you know it's 1 or 2 or 3, then you know where to put that each time so that you can hold around 10. So let's wait. We have 1 minute has passed, so we have an hour and 29 minutes. We're gonna let this process, and we're gonna come back, take these jars out, and listen for them to snap, crackle, and pop. Stay tuned. Okay, y'all, we got 12 minutes left, countdown time, and we're still holding at about 11 pounds. So I'm gonna turn this down some. This is what I mean by when you have to always pay attention and be on deck so that you can make sure you regulate, make sure this don't go past 11 pounds, right, to be safe, or below 10. So we got 12 minutes left. We're gonna come back. We're gonna let this pot rest. We're gonna take these cans out and we're gonna listen for the pop. 11 minutes now, y'all. Stay tuned. And we're done. So now we can go ahead and turn this off. Yeah, we hear you, boo-boo. And just leave everything like it is. Do not push this. Do not touch that. Let this rest. Let the pressure die down on its own. You'll know when it's done, because this little piece here will completely drop back in place to where it was. Okay? And as a bonus, the eggshells. Yeah, remember the eggshells? We're going to be grinding them up too as a bonus at the end of this video. Look how silky those eggshells look inside. Shiny. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that calcium. In a previous video that I titled Excellent Plant Food, in that description is a link, several links to the multiple uses for eggshells. Not just for your plants, but there's so many other uses for eggshells as well. So check that video out, or check that description out, so that you can get the information and resources in it that you need, and hopefully you can use some of that to do some other things. You know, it's always good to know more than one way that you can use things in your home, or use items, or use food, or use herbs. It's more than one way to use these things. Certain things are good for multiple things. So, you know, as much as I can, I'll bring those resources, because remember, y'all, I'm learning too. So one thing I do know how to do, I can find a resource if I can't do nothing else. So we're going to come back when this drop, and we're going to pull these cans out of the canner and see how well I've done. Okay? Stay with me. It's about that time. Look what has dropped down. This thing is high. Let's see what's going on. Ooh, no steam coming out. I think we're ready to pop the lid open, baby. Now, to pop this lid open, you're going to twist. And if Homestead Heart ain't made nothing clear, baby, nothing clear, she don't want you to mess your pretty face up. And girlfriend say, now I follow this direction word for word, okay? You're going to take and lift this lid away from you. So you're going to open it up this way. See that steam coming out? That would have been your face, baby. Okay? See that? You lift it up away from you to protect your face. And you take it off. Look at Lindy. Look at Lindy. Look at here, Lindy. Let's see how we did, baby. Y'all ready for this? Are y'all ready for this? We got what you call go-go music in DC, baby. I feel like singing some go-go. Yeah, baby. Okay. So, your hood stutter is going to reach in here, and I'm going to follow directions. See that still cooking in the jar? And I'm going to take this out and set it here. Now, mind you, these jars will pop and seal when you take them out. So I want y'all to keep y'all ears open, baby. Look at that. Still cooking in the jar. Yeah, baby. That's jar number 2. Y'all should smell this. You know you can smell this, y'all. Look at that. Let me tell you something. I can tell when my jar's not going to pop. Because they won't be cooking in the jar like that. They won't do it. When I see one not bubbling like that, I say that sucker ain't going to pop. Chicken for dinner tonight. Yeah, baby. Hello. Ew wee. Ew wee. Look what Candy has done to me. Okay. Come on, y'all. Y'all got to learn how to sing, baby. I sing because I'm happy. Yeah, baby. Okay. Jar number 6. We looking good. Woo-wee. I'm feeling good about this. I'm telling y'all, I'm new to this and I can tell when my jars are not going to seal. Okay? Because they don't do that. They don't do that. They be being hard-headed. I don't know what they be doing. Or I be hard-headed, one or the other. Look at that. Licky Linda, 7. 7 jars. Woo! 1 down, 6 to go. Come on, y'all, let's listen. And it was this one right here. See that suck? See that dimple? We looking for dimples. See them nipples? We want them nipples to be inverted. Yeah, baby. Come on, I got another one? Who next? Woo! Wait! 2 inverted. That's him right here. Or her, or whatever you want to call it. Oh, number 3. We got 3 of them inverted. That's you, boo. Come on. Let's roll with it. Can I get a 4th? Yeah, baby. We're going to eat in the future, baby. That's that one right here. So we got this one. 2. Number 3. See that dimple? See this dimple? Number 4. We're still waiting on 1. We're waiting on 2. And we're waiting on number 3. Come on now. Woo! Number 5. Which one were you? I don't remember. Okay. We got 2 more. We waiting on him and him. Come on with it. Number 6, we got 1 more, baby. 1 more. We waiting on you, boo. Just you. We got time. Okay, this one a little stubborn, y'all. So I want to tell y'all too, when I put those jars in, also pour your white vinegar in so that the jars won't get cloudy. Pour that in your water. Maybe about 2 or 3 teaspoons of vinegar. So I meant to tell y'all that earlier. And I did do that. Okay, so I ain't going to hold y'all. Oh, it's going to seal. I'm going to go ahead and give y'all my bonus footage. And I'm going to go ahead on and grind these eggs up. We do have the egg powder that is done. It is complete. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead on and grind this egg powder up. And if he seals, in the meantime, I'll take you back over there so you can see that all 7 jars has sealed. So I have 7 quarts of chicken, okay, to add to my canning collection. The next video that I will be doing will be ground beef. I don't even want to call it hamburger because it comes from a cow. Ham comes from a pig. So I ain't going to do that. I ain't going to chop them animals up like that and make it a hybrid. Unless they actually putting ham in the beef and we don't know about it. Who knows these days? But what I will do is I will come back and we're going to grind these eggs out. So, what I'm getting ready to do now to end this video is, as promised, I'm going to go ahead on and pour this egg shells that I dehydrated earlier while we were canning into this grinder. I'm going to put the top on this grinder. I had to stop the video. I couldn't even get the top off, y'all. So here we go. Voila. This is what you get as plant food when you dehydrate your eggshells and make powder. And this will go into the batch that I already have. And your plants will be very, 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 very happy. So, I want to thank you all for joining me and going along with me on my entire journey, moving from the hood to the woods. And in the meantime, I will be continuing to developing my skills, gaining new knowledge, skills, education, meeting new members of the community that I wish to be a part of, and wish me luck on my journey. I'm getting off of here. I wish you the best. Stay tuned, stay with me, and watch my transition. Thank you so much.